Watch this video and we'll be right back.
Keep your roads, keep your schools. We just want to be safe. And that is the message we are sending to the Senate President. Please, save our life and our people. We are not bothered about roads now or schools. There is a renewed resurgence. Just in the last 2 months, Your Excellency, we know where the terrorists are gathering. It's in the public domain. Ordinary Nigerians need to see action. But today they will tell us they are here, tomorrow they are here. Everybody knows within our area. But we will not see any action taking place. That is to say, sir, we need this Senate to tell the armed forces to be reporting progress every week. Simply because you send us in the mass media that you kill 10 terrorists or 100 terrorists, it's not a report. You have to liberate areas so that we can see.
You saw what is happening now. That the North are now having a bite of what they do to other people. Of all the shenanigans they themselves created, the monsters they created, they are now having it back. Pardon me, before I continue on this journey, let me wear my cap. Yes, welcome back. And if today is your first time of coming across this channel, please kindly like this YouTube channel. Like this video, share, comment for more political discourse. That is a senator from Kebbi South saying that they don't want road, they don't want schools, that they don't want hospitals, that all they want is security. And where was this same man, Senator Madi, when the North was planning a coup against Goodluck, Ebele, Jonathan in 2015, that the North sponsored Boko Haram, sponsored banditry, just to remove Jonathan in government. Most of these northern politicians, they are aware of what is happening in the North, that all the things happening now, it is what orchestrated by the northern elites, by the northern politicians, the northern emirs, and then all of them, they conspired against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, just because he's a southern president. And now, fast forward to 2023, 2024, 2025, the monster they created is now, they are now feeling the heat that now bandit is going from one village to another village, buying people, kidnapping them, paying for ransom, and now they are crying for help. If you ask me, now who me I go ask? When they ought to condemn this issue of insecurity in the North, they were busy supporting bandits to make the regime and administration of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan unbearable. Even they went as far as faking over 200 or 250 Chibok girls that were kidnapped. But today now then they cry, say they don't want road, they don't want hospitals, they don't want anything. And my comment, see, this analyst, I only feel pity for those younger ones who are not aware of what is happening. Because if you take a look at this, the North too should be held accountable of this shenanigans, because they themselves are part of the process. They themselves have not come out to condemn all these killings. We've seen so many of them giving information to these bandits. These bandits will not thrive. These bandits will not have become too powerful in the Nigerian space of today. If the northern leaders, emirs, senators are not giving them a soft landing, when these guys were supposed to be called to order, when these guys were supposed to be dealt with, they thought they were doing it to provoke Goodluck Jonathan there. But today, the whole story has now changed. The story has now metamorphosed. The story, the whole thing has now come around. It was in this same country that the same Boko Haram appointed that President Buhari should negotiate on their behalf. Goodluck Jonathan said it. Appointed Buhari, that Buhari should negotiate with the government on their behalf. And now, today, here is Buhari. So, my take has always been that the northern leaders too, they should feel it and see how the bandits have been terrorizing other part of the country. Now that every region, every nooks and crannies of the country is no longer safe, they are coming to cry out because they thought this banditry would just be targeted at the southern part of the country. But today, even the southern part of the country are now looking for a way to safeguard their own land, their borders, and their space. Because for a senator to have come out publicly and say they don't want hospitals, they don't want roads, they don't want schools, that all what they want is security. Now, who should be held responsible? Who should be held responsible for the insecurity thriving the north? It is the north, because the northern leaders they were so docile, empowering this one to cause havoc against among all the nooks and crannies. And if it gets to the stage for you to condemn them, you will not condemn them. How many northerners or Fulanis have come out to condemn the banditry in the north? Yet we see Sultan of Sokoto coming out to say that social media is a terrorist group, because social media is the platform that is being used to expose all the atrocities of the Fulanis. This is what they get when they refuse to send this one to school. It will be packed dozen carton of insecurity, because the people you refuse to educate will become a terror in your life. That is the major thing happening in the Nigerian space now. That the southeast, south, north central, northeast, northwest, that every news of the country is no longer safe. And yet the north is crying for help. If you are crying for help, who do you want to run to? Who should help you? When you were telling the people that the Western education it's not good, and that the young ones in your region should not embrace Western education, now what do you think will happen? Never forget that in the same vein, Jonathan did Almajiri schools. He built schools for them. He built hospitals. He gave them roads. He gave them employment. He gave them virtually everything the North needed. Just because of the hatred against Goodluck Jonathan, they came up with insecurity. Just to bring down the government of Goodluck Jonathan. And not knowing that he who points a finger towards an individual, the remaining four fingers will surely be turned to you. So most times when they come out to cry this crocodile cry, I don't feel pity for them. I don't feel pity for them, because they also feel the heat. The same northern people, Fulanis, sponsored a propaganda against Jonathan. And when Jonathan made a Igbo man the chief of army staff, Iyejirika, the Fulanis came out and said that man was killing their people, that they are not in support of Ejidika killing their brothers, that these bandits is their brothers. They did everything possible to frustrate that man and to frustrate Jonathan to leave office. Now, fast forward to some years, they come dey cry say they don't want schools, they don't want road, they don't want hospitals, that what they want is that someone that come and solve insecurity problem for you. When you guys started this whole insecurity in Nigeria, who did you call? Who did you call to plan it with you? If I were Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I will not listen to them, because they are the architect of this insecurity in Nigeria. They masterminded it just because of the selfish and political gains they want. And now, every region is looking for a way to safeguard their own land. And the Fulanis are now begging, they are crying. They are not want to collapse. So, if not collapse, what will happen? If not want to collapse, let it collapse. Because that was how you had plans, you had intentions to collapse the southern part of the country with your devilish mindset. So that senator should not just act as if we don't know their games. We know their games. We know all their ethics. Don't come out here and feel sympathy. Deal with it yourself. You are a senator. Deal with it. Nobody will help you to come and solve the issues in your land. Because when you guys were plotting coup against a certain president, nobody help you plot it. When you were empowering bandits to cause havoc in Nigeria, nobody was there to empower them with you guys. So now that the thing has now gone beyond your power, it has now escalated. You are not crying foul. You are not crying foul. So that is the highest level of hypocrisy in Nigeria. Now that the Fulani banditry is now a national issue, and which it all started in your backyard from the north. If you guys have curtailed that shenanigan, it will not have last up to date. But you guys acted and pretended as if nothing happened. And now you are crying, saying you don't want road, you don't want hospital, that all what you want that the government should come and safeguard you. It is high time you safeguard yourself. Safeguard yourself, because nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is coming to safeguard you. Nobody is coming to rescue you. If all the emirs, South Africa, all the prominent leaders in the north has come out and unanimously condemned this banditry, it wouldn't have escalated to this level. So in life, you reap whatever you sow. You cannot plant cake and then, you cannot harvest corn and you cannot plant corn and you harvest maize. It's impossible. That is the current situation of Nigeria. You have to reap what you sow. So my pity is for only those younger generation who are not aware of the games and the antics of these northerners who are bent on destroying the country. Today, they are now having it woto and they are crying. The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now. What is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Mazi Samonepa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? Who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samonepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samonepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are waiting to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samonepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Samunepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also change hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government, that Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I say that Samunepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Samunepa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC, not just local courts. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of mind, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere, and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names